Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marvel-ous Movie Mondays. I am one of your co-hosts, Kelsey. I'm usually joined by Dyl, but he is off on working a fantastic performance job on a cruise, as we know. So I'm joined for this episode by Maddie Fresh.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm doing good, Matt. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm excited to get to watch this movie with you. I'm really just excited to spend time with you. So, yeah.
As am I, Matt.
Yeah.
As am I. I didn't even say what we were doing. So this year is the year of the 2015 retrospective. We were going back and watching all the movies from 10 years ago. And as we've been doing on this channel for the past couple of years, we've been watching the Marvel movies from 10 years ago. And that movie that Matt picked, it was Maddie's choice, and he decided to go with Avengers Age of Ultron. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Let me just up front talk about kind of an elephant in the room on this one, because this movie was written and directed by Joss Whedon, and was a massive Joss Whedon fan. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite show. I basically love everything he's ever touched. But then he disappointed me, as often happens these days. You can have an opinion on his situation. Personally, I think it's a mixture of him being a bad dude and also some people just not understanding his style of humor. But I think that him being a bad human is the important part. It's really it kind of sucks when I go back to these type of things because I admired it before. I can't just I don't stop admiring his work just because he turns out to be kind of shitty. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the show. We'll bleep it if I can't.
We can curse.
Okay, good. It's hard to parse those types of things, but the fact that I love stuff that he has done doesn't really change. So I'm not going to celebrate him while watching this movie, but I still may celebrate parts of the movie that I really, really love. I mean, I definitely will talk about parts of the movie that I really love. And if I refer to him, I will simply refer to him as the director. And I am not going to necessarily highlight him beyond this, where I am talking about how he has greatly disappointed me. The guy used to be like a god to me, and now he's nothing, except I love some of his stuff. So, disclaimer.
We're separating the art and the artist today, for sure. Before we get into this movie, Matt, a tradition that we've been doing at the top of our shows, me and Dyl, we've been talking about what are some of the other things that we've been watching outside of maybe Marvel projects, non-Marvel projects, and anything above, all of the above. What's something that is the best thing that you watched today? You can tell I'm really used to being the main host of this show for sure, as I'm stumbling over all of my sentences.
I love it. Now, the best thing I watched this week is probably it was a rewatch. It wasn't something that I watched the first time, but I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure for the first time in decades, probably. Because on my channel, Maddie Loves Movies, I do a weekly show, 5225, where every week is a different theme, and I watch movies based on that theme, and I do a video on it. This last week, the theme was director's first features. And so the first time, movies that were the first feature film of a famous director. Tim Burton's first movie was Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And so I rewatched that, which I haven't seen in a long time, and realized why I used to love Pee-wee, like back in the day. It's just a funny comedic character, and the movie is just so much fun, and I had a really great time with it. I also am a big fan of Paul Rubens, the guy the actor who played Pee-wee Herman. He liked to separate himself from Pee-wee Herman, so he would often, like the movie in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Pee Wee Herman is played by himself. It's not played by Paul Rubens. So I'm a big fan of his. There's a documentary out on HBO Max right now called Pee Wee as Himself, which is excellent. I'm a fan of that guy. Speaking of the director of this movie we're about to watch, he wrote a movie back in the 90s called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which he later made into a TV series. Paul Rubens' play is the highlight of the movie Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. So if you've never seen that movie, watch it simply because Paul Rubens is incredible in it. But that's it.
Love. My best thing that I watched this week was also a rewatch because I've seen it in theaters twice now, and that was Superman.
I love that movie. It's so good.
Yeah, I liked it even more the second time around.
Nice.
Dyl and I will be dropping a review about Fantastic Four, which is the most recent Marvel film to drop. And someone asked me recently, what do I think was better, Superman or Fantastic Four? And it's pretty damn close for me. It's tough to say which one's better. But anyway,
I'm in a similar boat on those two movies because I think it's pretty close. I do think that Superman edges it out. I think that it's I don't know. It's hard to explain. As a DC guy, and you know this because we've talked about it a lot recently because of things.
Yeah.
As a DC guy, getting a character so right, especially after we just got done with, while Henry Cavill was a great choice and he played the character very well, the character was done very, very wrong by Zack Snyder. So coming off of that into a character being done extremely right was just so it healed my soul, and I love that movie. I also really liked Fantastic Four First Steps, but Pedro Pascal is my boyfriend, so
that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I think I have to give Fantastic Four another watch before I can say for sure. Because honestly, I left Fantastic Four and I was like, no, I think like that might have been better for me. But I'm a big Marvel girl, so right. I don't know. But then I watched Superman again and I was like, oh, that one's so good though. It's so good.
Yes.
But anyway, moving on to the movie that we came here to talk about. We have a 2 hour and 24-minute adventure we got to get through. So let's jump into the movie that we came here to talk about, Avengers Age of Ultron. Matt and I will be starting our watch of it. We're going to press play at the same time together. So if you want to watch along with us, you can also press play on your Age of Ultron. We're going to press play, okay? 3, 2, 1. Do you press play, Matt? Okay, I don't know if I can that I'm not the credits. The intro is playing right now for me.
Yeah.
Interesting to see this really old intro that doesn't feature yet, like the shots of them.
The old classic intro.
I wonder what the first movie to do that.
The first one to do which one? The old one?
Like the shots of like the actors themselves and like all the different movies. In like the Marvel writing.
Yeah, I remember it happening. I can't remember. I think it was shortly after Stan Lee passed away, because I think that they did a Stan Lee one. I don't remember.
They definitely did a Stan Lee one. I remember they also did a Chadwick Boseman one.
Yeah, I'm sure that the internet knows. I don't. So I love this opening scene a lot, and there's a part. One of my favorite moments in Marvel in general is coming up in this, and I will mention it when it comes here. But as a comic book fan, there is a moment that I absolutely love, and
so I did pull up some facts to share along for our watch. All of the facts I'm going to be sharing is from IMDb, so if any of them are not completely accurate, blame IMDb and
Here it
not
is. Here it
me.
is.
I am
It's
just
like
the
a splash
messenger.
page from a comic book. It's so good. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that. I love when a movie starts in medias res. You're starting in the middle of a conflict. You don't have to know what's going on. Language. I love that part too. But you don't know what's going on, but the movie's context is going to tell you. I love when a movie starts that way, and this one absolutely does. And you're just like, yes, we're in it, and we're going. And I love that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You're 100% right. That is a very iconic shot. And this movie really starts like, it has a completely different like style and feel to it compared to the first Avengers, like right away. Because I feel like Avengers 1 starts like very like mellow. It starts with like the opening of like Loki getting to planet Earth and opening the portal. And so it's just a much different vibe. Like this is such an action-packed intro for this one. It has an energy right away.
Oh, and and that's the thing about when Marvel was at its best, you didn't need, because you had seen the movie, all the other movies, you didn't need a bunch of preamble to get to the thing. And so by this point, we've already had an Avengers movie. We've had movies with all these people, so we just jump right in, and it's great. Plus, this was at the time that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going on. So there was like background stuff being filled in if you watch both shows. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is no longer considered canon, but at the time it was. So at the end of like whatever episode happened before this movie came out, they were like, hey, we need someone to go get this thing. And then this movie happens. And so like that's the lead in for this. But yeah, you know, we know what's going on. So it's
right. Yeah, and I guess because of like Avengers 1 is like about all of them trying to come together, work together, put their differences aside and become a team. Now they've been doing the team thing for a little bit, so they should be kind of a well-oiled machine at this point, but obviously that's doesn't super work out. One of the facts that I found interesting that I read was this whole opening intro, this action sequence at the top here, was actually the last thing to be shot for the movie. It's interesting. They saved the beginning of the movie for the end.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Also, when Tony Stark says shit, that is the first spoken line for any of the Avengers at the top of the movie, as we've seen. So the first line of this movie is shit.
Language. Yeah, that's I really like these two as well. I'm not an Aaron Taylor Johnson fan in general. I think he's fine in things.
Oh,
I just don't. I've never.
Okay.
I think he's kind of bland. I don't care about him. I love him in this movie a lot. And so like whenever someone mentions him, I think about things like the Godzilla movie he was in and how he was just a nothing burger in that. I don't care for that movie, and some other things. I'm just not a huge fan of his. But when you mentioned this movie, I'm like, okay, yeah, he can do some good work, and I know he can do some good work. I think he's hired too often to be just a normal guy, and he's not compelling enough to me to be just a normal guy.
Interesting. I really like him in this. I saw him recently.
I saw him in that
28
too.
Years Later. I thought he was great in that. I'm trying to think if I've seen him in anything else. Oh, I saw him in Craven, which was a bad movie, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is his whole intro. It's interesting that we're getting introduced to them like right off the bat. Like they don't really even save them for too long before they, bring the twins into this movie.
Right. Well, and because they had teased them at the end of You're the Trivia Champion, you would know it. Is it Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
They had teased it at the end of Winter Soldier, so the having opening with them, I think is a good move. especially considering all of the teases that never really got resolved that we've had in the MCU. So it's nice that
Right. Right.
that
Like how DC just got like a clean slate. Like I feel like we need to do that
well,
for
and that's a very comic
Marvel
book thing to
now.
do. When Marvel is feels like their stuff's gotten a little bit too into the weeds, they'll be like, all right, an event that resets everything.
Totally. One of the other things that I read, someone wrote down each character's total screen time, which sounds crazy. Because it sounds unbelievable. So the Avenger with the most screen time in this movie is Captain America with 50 minutes and 25 seconds. Right after him is Iron Man, then Black Widow, Quicksilver, Bruce Banner / the Incredible Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, and then the Avenger with the least amount of screen time with 14 minutes and 18 seconds is
well, that kind of makes
Thor.
sense because he does leave halfway through the movie.
I guess that makes sense too, but I saw 14 minutes and I was like, no. I was like, there's no way. This is a 2-hour movie. He's in 14 minutes of it, but I'm like, yeah, I guess he's really not in a ton because he does go off and goes on his own little side quest. I also read that in this movie, you never see Bruce turn into the Hulk. You only ever seen the Hulk turn back into Bruce in this one, which is a complete juxtaposition to what was happening in the Avengers. You only ever saw him transform into the Hulk and never back.
Yes, I agree. There are two moments, and I'm not going to talk about them yet because I'm going to need something to talk about during those times. There are two things in this movie that one thing I think shows why what a superhero movie should be, and we'll get to that. And the other one I think is a misconception that a lot of people have, and it both involves this situation with those two. And let me say this: I love Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. Going from Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo in the Avengers when the Avengers came out, he was my favorite part. He was my favorite character. I loved everything about Mark Ruffalo in Avengers because he got the character just so right, and there's something so likable about that character. I like him in this a lot as well. Thor Ragnarok, although I have come around to loving it a lot, disappointed me a little bit the first time I watched it because he's just a joke machine. And that bugged me so much.
Right.
But because he's kind of stayed there a little bit since then, which is fine. I think Endgame he's fine. Like I think they get a nice balance from him in Endgame, but for a lot of it they kind of shifted him into a more comedic character, and I think that in these two movies, Mark Ruffalo gets it so right. I really love him in that role.
Yeah, he's great. I just feel like he brings such a softness to Bruce Banner that makes him just like incredibly likable and like really just like this giant teddy bear that you want to hug, but then you're also like kind of afraid of because like what if he turns into like
I
a
think
green
Edward
monster?
Norton is incapable of not seeming a little bit cocky, and that's not Bruce Banner. And I think that's the difference.
What I just don't think, I mean, like, I'll just get right into it. I just don't think that the characters of Bruce Banner and Natasha Romanoff have great chemistry.
My issue is not the things that I say about it are not really about the chemistry. I think it's fine. I think their stuff is fine. It's nothing. I don't really think about it one way or the other too much. I can see that they don't really have a lot. They don't have great chemistry. I do think that I do like the idea of her seeing them together when she is, and this is such a weird like thing to talk about because yes, she is a woman and she is the smallest member, and so it's the two of the like this big monster, and she's approaching him, and she's the brave one to do that. Feels like feels like, I don't know. It's not sexist, but it feels like me liking it is weird. But I don't know how to explain it. I do like that, though. I like that the smallest member and the largest member, the smallest member is the only one who can really approach the berserker character.
No, I can see that. We're seeing Elizabeth Olsen for the first time as Wanda. You know, I read something really interesting. I was going to save it for later. Also, yep, here's our title, our intro that doesn't come in until 12 minutes into the movie. Kind of a long time. So now that we've seen the twins for the first time together, besides the post-credit scene in Winter Soldier, they said that they did a lot of like their researching together, Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson. They like read all the comic books with the twins in them. They talked a lot about like what they wanted their dynamic to be on the screen. And apparently a comic by the name of Marvel Ultimates is famous for featuring a controversial incestuous storyline between Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And according to Elizabeth Olsen, while this particular aspect would not be overtly present in the film, she and ATJ played around with certain parts of it. Every time you see an image of them, they're always holding each other's hands, looking over each other's shoulders. They're always close, and it's almost uncomfortable. Aaron and I have been playing a little bit with those kinds of images for ourselves. And I feel like you can kind of see that in this movie. They're very, very close.
I did not know that particular tidbit. I knew about the scene from the comics, or a storyline from the comics. I didn't know that, but as soon as you said that they played with that, I was like, oh, I can see that in this movie. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because there is a little bit of a tension. There's at least a very closeness, which I grew up with just me and my sister. So I understand that there is a closeness between siblings, especially if they grew up kind of only having each other. Nothing like that with my sister. So it's so I can understand the closeness, and it's easy to kind of to wave it off as that. But when you mention that, I'm like, okay, but there is a lot of it. My sister and I didn't touch all that much, like.
Yeah, no. The only time me and my brother touched was when we were like fighting each other growing up.
Yeah. Avengers Tower.
Avengers Tower. The new and improved Avengers Tower.
We're not talking about the movie itself, but I love that when in the first Avengers movie that everything but the egg gets destroyed, and that's how you know that's going to become Avengers Tower, because it said Stark before, and then now it's just an egg. I love that.
Yeah, love the subtleties there, the details of that.
Kobe Smulders as Hill, Agent Hill. I really enjoy her in that role, and the I about called him Coulson because that is his character's name. Clark Gregg and Kobe Smulders are the unsung heroes of these early movies.
Yeah, totally.
Which I guess that's the character she has to be now, is the Coulson surrogate for that in this one, since he died, but not really, because he came back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But no one in the movies apparently knows that.
Right. We see the bots that will eventually become Ultron Sentries. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen this 10-year-old movie. An evil guy named Ultron is on the way. Voiced by James Spader, who is, I mean, that's top tier casting. They said that they didn't They only offered the role to
And
James
that's
Spader and no one else.
excellent. That's the correct thing to do. Yeah, I was going to gush about James Spader, and I probably will later again. But it's absolutely perfect casting. Incredible. I wish that I remember when I want him to be involved in the MCU again, like in some way. And Ultron's gone, but like I want him in the flesh to be and my in WandaVision when we get, because they were teasing Agatha's husband the whole time through or not Agatha but whatever Agatha's Agnes. They were
Agnes.
teasing or was it Ralph the whole time. Yeah, they were teasing him the whole time.
Ralph.
There was like, it's gonna be Mephisto, and which I was on board with. I was like, yes, let's let it be Mephisto. But what I wanted is I wanted him to I wanted James Spader to play that role when they finally revealed it at the end of it, because that's what I was hoping. I was hoping at the end they reveal Mephisto and it's James Spader, and he's only taking that form because it's Wanda, and having that voice would be a problem for her, and then he could just play Mephisto for however long. I thought that would have been genius. I would have loved that. And
yeah.
It didn't happen, which is fine.
So now we're seeing Jarvis for the first time, not as just a voice, as kind of this orb of particles.
Right. Paul Bettany is great also. They did a really great job casting their AI voice bots in these movies.
Yeah. I think I saw something that I think the only two names I recognize, Jude Law and Matt Smith, were also considered for the voice of Vision. But ultimately it went to Paul, because I think whoever casted him said, like, they were like, oh, he is such a good, like, robotic, like, unhuman voice. And he was like, this is just my voice. Like, I'm not even doing like a character or anything. Like, this is just what I sound like all the time, and I'm so glad it sounds unhuman.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, Matt. Like, do you agree with what Tony's trying to do in this film? Like, put this kind of suit of armor around the world. Like, I know what happens, obviously happens. Ultron becomes evil. But, like, do you think if it worked out, do you think ultimately, like, Tony was probably, like, in the right?
Okay, so I think giving it's hard, because I kind of come at it from multiple angles on this. Like, I think that giving artificial intelligence too much power is always going to be wrong. Number one, we don't know what it's capable of. We don't know what AI is capable of in the future. So it's like we've seen plenty of dystopian movies that focus on why that's a bad idea. There's also the ethical issue that I have with increased AI means decreased human involvement, which means decreased jobs, which means that more people living in poverty. And I have a big issue with that as well. But I also don't see, as far as him saying, okay, a literal suit of armor around the world, no, that's bad. We won't get sun. That obviously can't happen. A figurative suit of armor around the world where we have these protectors around the world, I don't see an ethical issue with that. Except the issue of artificial intelligence being the thing. And this movie obviously shows why that's a bad idea. But as far as in terms of just having protectors surrounding the world, I don't have an ethical issue with that. It's just all the other things that go with it that I do have issue with.
Right, totally. I just can't help but think that, like, had things gone right in this movie, maybe if they had, like, extra precautions, like, maybe Thanos wouldn't have happened. But I don't know. That guy was like, it seemed like there was no stopping that guy, no matter what they did. clearly, like he won. So
I mean, listen, there's a lot of issues with. Sorry, I
no, it's good. We're hearing James Bader speak for the first time, and it's like I'm immediately hooked. I'm immediately drawn in. I can't listen to anything else that's going on.
okay.
We're both just
Yeah.
mesmerized by Ultron speaking
Talk
for the first
robot to
time.
me, James Spader.
No, seriously, in these headphones, I'm like, oh my god.
But if you think about it, a lot of things that happen in this movie, had they gone differently, might have changed the Thanos situation. Number one, the Soul Stone would not be on Vision's head because there would be no Vision.
Right.
Yeah, it would still be in the scepter, which might be easier for him to get, but it also, things would have been different. Which I think having Vision, being able to giving Wanda somebody to fall in love with, and that is a positive enough that it's fine, because he was probably going to get that stone anyway. But Ragnarok spins off from this, and it feels like there's a lot of things that might have, and if I had sat and thought about it for a while, I'm sure I could come up with all of them. But there's a lot of things that feels like, had this movie gone differently, another one is that if the Avengers had all been together when Thanos first struck, perhaps they could have defeated him before all that happened. But this movie is what causes Civil War, and that's what causes the breakup of the Avengers. So
yeah, lots of Tony and Cap tension in this one for sure. That's like setting the groundwork for what is Civil War. Now, do you think they have like a little shindig after every mission that goes well, like a little celebratory guys' cocktails at Avengers Tower?
Yeah, I think that those two, specifically those two bros on screen, probably insist on. Probably Thor is like, now we celebrate with an ale, and Tony's like, come back to my place. I've got all of the alcohol you could want, and then Cap kind of has to come along because for the FOMO, and Bruce is probably just there anyway, working on science things, and
yeah. He's like, well, I'll be working in the lab anyway. I'll make an appearance if I can.
They're like, and I'm sure Natasha is also very down to get some drinks as well. So I'm sure that it started out as what we see at the end of this scene, which is them. Is it the end of this scene or whenever we see it, where they're all just kind of hanging out, trying to lift Thor's hammer, that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it started out as that, and then eventually it's like people are like, well, the Avengers are doing a thing. I guess we should head over to to the party that's definitely going to happen afterwards.
Stan Lee cameo here. This is actually a nod at the fact that Stan Lee, this is an inside joke because he actually did join the army, as he's featured as a war veteran in this scene. But he never went into battle. But his experience being a comic book writer helped him because he started working for the Army's military medical division, thinking up slogans for posters about preventing the spread of venereal diseases.
Wow.
And that was his job in the military. Wow. I wonder which slogans he came up with. Also, speaking of parties, the code name for filming for this project, to keep it a secret, was After Party. Nice. So you'd say, oh, what are we filming here? After Party. Again, we're seeing a Bruce and Natasha moment here, where she basically straight up tells him, like, I have a crush on you, and maybe you should do something about it. Bruce is so funny and awkward. He's like, "What did he do something wrong? Like what did he do?" He's like,
and he has no idea what to do with that. Like that's the
yeah.
trouble.
He's like,
Is
I'm
is she's
intimidated.
too directed. He has no idea what to do with that. So yeah.
I love the idea of like, because Steve like can't get drunk, like he's just constantly like the DD. Like he just constantly has to be like the dad that's like, all right, you guys, you had enough. Like, come on, I'm gonna take you home now. It's like,
And I love that
he
he just grabbed a beer and knowing that he can't get drunk. It has to be simply because he doesn't want other people uncomfortable with him, like him being the sober one. He has that. It's literally a social lubricant. It's not to to make him feel more at ease. It's for everyone else to feel more at ease because he's got a beer in his hand. I'm certain that is why he does that. I love this scene so much.
Yeah. They're just so like chummy and there's just such like a love and like a found family in the moments of this film compared to the first Avengers when they were first trying to
and that's
shit
why
together.
the director was the perfect person to helm these first two movies, because he spent majority of his career making shows about teams and interpersonal relationships, and so like it's very much the correct person to do this kind of thing. You can definitely see it here. Just represent.
Are you on my team?
And nobody thinks it's funny.
Poor Bruce. Can't
And
catch a
then
break
this
in
is
this
the
one.
setup for the greatest scene in Endgame.
Yep. That little wiggle that makes Thor nervous. He's like, oh my God. And Natasha's like, nope, that's okay. I don't need to participate in this macho man off you guys are having.
I like the idea that Natasha thinks she probably could, but she doesn't want. Like she's like, I bet I could lift it, but I don't need them to know that I can lift it, or to be concerned about if I could lift it. Oh, this is so good.
I actually saw in my gathering that in a comic book in an alternate universe, Natasha can wield Mjolnir.
So good.
There's just something like horrific about it. This dilapidated sentry bot he's in with the wires hanging
that
and
voice. It's so fucking unnerving. I love this.
Yeah. I had to kill the other guy, and now you think Jarvis is dead. Poor Jarvis.
Peace in our time.
I knew it was coming. I jumped a little bit. Got me a little bit. Well, like a jump scare. Don't turn green. So, something that is also probably a lot of people know is the fact Scarlett Johansson was pregnant while she was filming this movie. And so a lot of her scenes had to be filmed quickly so she wouldn't start showing too much. Which is ironic because this is a movie where she talks about how she is infertile because of the Red Room. because of what happened to her in the Red Room. And it's like she had a very full pregnant belly in that scene with Mark Ruffalo.
That's probably why they filmed that action scene at the end of the movie. Like if she had given birth before and then, yeah.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe. I try to catch it now in this film. I'm like, maybe I can see a bump somewhere, but you can kind of see it. There's some body shots of her in her black widow suit where you can kind of tell that she's a little bigger in her stomach.
God, no strings.
No strings. Pinocchio, the literal puppet. Ultron, the metaphorical puppet. Now. Oh my God, it's so eerie. Wait, do I love this movie? I'm like,
here's the thing about this movie, because I do love this movie. The problem with this movie is studio involvement. Is that the director was forced to add some things that were not part of his script to set up other things, and those are the worst parts of this movie. That whole Thor leaving thing and his vision and all of that was added to set up Ragnarok, and then we didn't even see that stuff in Ragnarok. What else? There was something else. I can't. Maybe I'll remember when we come upon it. There's something else that was not meant to be part of the movie, and they were like, "You have to do this to set up something else," and that drags. Some of those things drag the movie a little bit, and so it's. I think that on a whole, I really love this movie. There's so much good in it, but there unfortunately are some things that drag it down.
How did they grab the scepter?
It was in a glass case right there where that thing is blinking.
Oh, so one of the bots took it and flew off with it? I've seen this movie, 10 times? I'm like, how'd they get the scepter? I just know they get it back. Tensions are riding high in Avengers Tower. Only when I've created a murder bot.
Yeah,
sorry, we're getting caught up in the scene. We're
the trouble
silent.
With commentaries is sometimes just like, yeah, a movie I like. And we're setting up Civil War, which I was looking at a Wikipedia or something for this movie, and it was like sequel. It was listing what the sequel to this movie was, which said was Infinity War, and I was like, no, the sequel to this movie is Captain America: Civil War, which should just be an Avengers movie.
Yeah, I agree. You know, the Avengers had a lot to deal with in the time that they were the Avengers. They were constantly on call.
Yep.
Here come our twins. Fun fact. Got some more fun facts to throw at you. Saoirse Ronan was considered to play Wanda Maximoff. She was actually, the role was kind of like designed with her in mind. And another actress who auditioned for the role of Wanda Maximoff,
Oh,
Lindsay Lohan.
so they're like, we need redheads.
Yeah. And then they picked Elizabeth Olsen and threw some red hair on her somehow.
The Wanda Maximoff accent, which will slowly go away as these films go on, and it's no longer present.
But you know what? I don't even mind that, because I feel like in real life, once you spend a certain amount of time in, you start with an accent from your origin country, you spend a long time in America, your accent's going to fade a little bit naturally.
It does. The way hers fades is not natural, but I have no problem with it. I think it fades throughout the movies enough that it doesn't feel abrupt. It doesn't feel like she just went a different way with her character, and it makes her a bit more relatable to American audiences. So I think that once we get to WandaVision, if she had a Sokovian, which Ukrainian, I guess, is the idea. If she had that accent, then it would not work quite as well for her to be playing the all-American housewife character that she was playing. So it makes sense, but
right. Well, she also, whenever she was like in the TV shows Wanda, she didn't have the accent, but whenever she left Westview, like in the few moments that she went and she like talked to like the sword people, like she had her accent
yeah, and then when
back.
she's evil, I think she has a little bit more of the accent as well. She's a great actress. I like Elizabeth Olsen a lot.
No, she is. She's a really great actress. I wonder if he dyes his hair, or if that's like what they're trying to pass off as like his natural, or did his hair become that color when he got his Quicksilver powers from the stone?
I don't know what can be said for this specifically, but in the comics, he's Magneto's son, so that's where his white hair comes from. Yeah.
Oh, really? I just thought Magneto had white hair in the X-Men movies because he was played by Ian McKellen, who is an old man.
I mean, that's a reasonable assumption, but in the comics, Magneto also has white hair.
Oh, okay, cool. Can you believe we're getting Robert Downey Jr. back in this franchise?
I've spent enough time trusting this franchise that I just have to trust that they're gonna do that it's gonna make sense to me. I'm not like psyched about it that he's coming back as, and we don't know what he's coming back as. If he's coming back as Doctor Doom, or like Vincent, the Victor Von Doom, or if he's coming back as Tony Stark, who is taking up the mantle of Doom. We don't really know what that is necessarily. Okay. But I kind of have to trust it until it's wrong. Yeah, there's been some missteps here and there, but I still think that we can trust that. The bigger question I have is that it's not about Robert Downey Jr. It's about the fact that the Russos can't make a good movie that's not an Avengers movie. So I get nervous every time that they're about to make a new thing, and they're about to be in charge of the big event movie again. They're in Doomsday. So that's what makes me nervous, is that can they make a great film that has followed some films that weren't as good as the stuff that led up to the films that they made originally? Like, because everything they've made that's not an Avengers movie is not a good movie. So it's very difficult. It kind of concerns me. But as far as Robert Downey Jr., I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm curious, especially because there's not really going to be a lot of movies between now Fantastic Four, and like we've been getting the Spider-Man Brand New Day teasers. But I feel like what other movies are going to come out before Avengers Doomsday?
I don't. It's hard to say because they keep announcing them and then changing the order and the releases. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's.
And here he is, Mr. Andy Serkis as Ulysses Claw. He's got both his hands. But
his name is
long.
not yet ironic.
Wow, I didn't even realize that until right now. Claw. Apparently he's doing a South African accent. I'm not gonna lie, like the UK South African accents are they all sound the same.
I will say that I can tell the difference between a UK accent and the others. I will say that that South African and Australian sound a lot alike. And so that is where I am never sure which one it is. A Kiwi accent, a New Zealand accent, I can usually pick those out pretty well as well. But those two, can't really tell the difference. And I've known people who were both. Like the place where I kind of grew up, a lot of people from South Africa would come over to work on the oil rigs in Oklahoma. And so when I worked at the video store, I get South African people in the store all the time. Yeah. And,
wow.
I also knew some Australian people. So, but I couldn't tell you. I could never pick out the difference between those accents. When the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated for an Oscar for the movie Blood Diamond, in which he plays a South African character. And at that time, I didn't realize how close those, like that I couldn't tell the difference between those. And so when I first saw the trailer, I was like, why is he doing an Australian accent? And then he was nominated for an Oscar for it. I was like, does nobody know he's doing a wrong accent? And then I realized, oh, it's because I can't tell the difference between those accents.
Gotcha. Can I say something inappropriate? Ultron's kind of hot.
No, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
I'm so glad this is a safe space.
I love that Ultron does the James Spader head cock too, because James Spader does that, and so that makes me happy.
Yeah. Well, I think
I'm
it's
sure
him.
that it's motion capture. Yeah.
I think, yeah, they mocapped him. And so it's James Spader right now with like a giant contraption on him with two red eyes on the top that the actors were looking at. But really, like, James Spader is, he's 5'10", so he's probably like, he's in there somewhere in this Ultron that we're looking at. And also, Andy Serkis had a lot to do with, he helped a lot in the mocap department for this movie because he is like the mocap king. King of mocap.
I love that when Ultron's like, it cuts off his arm, he's like, oh no, oh, that's going to be okay. No.
Yeah. It's like, get a Band-Aid. Put some ice on that. Iconic omelet line just there. And Tony's like, beat me by 1 second.
Oh, this was a bad movie for us to watch together because we needed someone not mesmerized by James Spader.
James, every time James, we have heart eyes every time he's on the screen. We're like, oh, James Spader. It's okay. No, all the rest of my fun facts are for later, so I can't even tell you a fact right now. Let's just enjoy this action sequence. What I can say is that we are about to see. Wow, I didn't notice that she has this like blue lights on her
Probably
suit.
to distract from
This is
the belly. I bet it is to draw the attention away from if they miss a scene, like a shot where they don't. Yeah.
So the way. Oh. Quicksilver just punched Captain America in the face. No. I guess he's not worthy. He grabbed the hammer. I guess, will we count that as someone trying to lift the hammer? That would be a good trivia question. How, name all the characters that touch Thor's hammer. Okay.
Write that
down. Touch Mjolnir. And we asked that question. The competitors are like, what fucking movie are you guys watching where they're all touching Thor's hammer? No, I swear. This happens in Age of Ultron. You guys miss this scene? They all get together at the party and touch his hammer. And I am mighty, or whatever he says. Yeah. The mighty Thor.
So this scene is kind of a precursor to a scene that in another movie that I had been waiting on for years, which was in Far From Home, finally getting to see Mysterio, the illusions in that. Absolutely love. I've been waiting to see that in live action for years. This is kind of a precursor to that, even though it's not the same thing, but it is the people getting visions.
Foreshadowing what happens later.
You didn't see that coming.
There's a lot of moments where he picks her up and runs away with her. And we're getting a very small glimpse into Natasha's past here. We obviously don't explore this fully until Black Widow 2021. Literally, how many years is that later? 6? 6 years later? Oh, scary. Cap reliving his past. Oh.
And if
very jarring.
Yeah.
It's literally like a horror movie.
And if you're a trivia person, this might be the one that you forget when you're counting up the Peggy appearances.
Oh, yeah. Heimdall. Some of the facts on IMDb were just like, Heimdall and James Spader both appeared in The Office. And I'm like, is that a fun fact about Age of Ultron?
It's not a fun fact, but it is a hot fact.
Yeah. It's fun, spicy. That's a sexy little fact right there. Although I do hate the Office episode that Idris Elba's in.
Many, but let me tell you, because he's got a little arc, but I understand where you're coming from. Here's what I would say. When those episodes were airing, I had a new boss, new district manager at my video store. I was the senior manager. There's a new district manager. and he did not like me. And so I was going through a very similar thing what Mike Scott was going through with that guy. And so it does trigger me a little bit when I see them.
Pretending to fail. Wow.
Children with no mouths.
Yeah, what do you think that
I think
means?
it is what she sees those kids as, which is someone who's not allowed to be the person themselves. They have an opinion, have a voice. They have no voice. They are now owned by the Red Room.
Right, totally. Wow, we could just spend like so much time breaking down their little nightmares. So this, he blew him up again, and he's going to come back even stronger and hotter than before.
Okay, so what's about to happen is another thing that as a comic fan I was very excited to see. And they had kind of teased us because there's a suit in Iron Man 3, the big, huge hulking suit that when he sends all the suits out to fight Alter Killian, that people have always said, like, there's the Hulkbuster. And I'm like, it's so small, though. So I, as a comic fan, had been so excited that the idea of getting actually a fight between the Hulkbuster and Hulk, and here it is, and it's very exciting.
Yeah. I wonder what Hulk's nightmare is.
It's probably Bruce Banner's nightmare, which is what's happening. He doesn't need a nightmare. He's living it right now.
He's the living nightmare. So the reason why this device is called Veronica, it's because it's a nod to the Archie comics, because Hulk has his love interest Betty, and then this is Veronica. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because also, like, he doesn't have a love interest named Betty. Like, not my Hulk. Hashtag not my Hulk. God. This is a nightmare. Here comes our Hulkbuster. Oh my God, he's huge now. It's like... I had a cough. Did it muted?
Tick move.
It's so funny to think about Robert Downey Jr. just like standing in like a studio, just like being filmed, like, got me right in the back. Dick move, Banner.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, now I have to do all my lines while I'm in the suit. All of this looks really good. The Hulk looks really good. This suit, ooh, powerful punch. Fist on fist punch. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Ay, ay, ay. I also read that, I don't know how to say his name, Lou
Ferrigno.
Ferrigno helped with the vocality of the Hulk for this movie, and pretty much every live action iteration of the Hulk.
Yes, I did know that. I knew that he, up until a certain point, because at some point Mark Ruffalo's doing the thing, especially once he becomes Professor Hulk. But yeah, before that, he did the voice of Hulk.
Just spitting out the tooth, and then Tony immediately, I'm sorry. Oh my God. The destruction, the havoc they're wreaking on this city. How quickly can we buy this building? It's like the way I'm just sitting here and watching it, you'd think I'm seeing all this for the first time. I'm like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? This is South Africa, but I don't remember the name of the city. Oh Jesus. He's still awake. Oh. He's losing it. He's out. The spell is broken. He's realizing what he's done. He's disappointed. He's sad. And then doesn't Tony like punch him one last time? Yeah, there it is.
So one thing that I love about this version of the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo's version of the Hulk, and it's not necessarily Mark Ruffalo, but is actually in the part that one of the parts that I wanted to mention, I realize is actually from the first Avengers movie, which is when he falls out of the helicarrier in the first movie and then lands, and when he wakes up, he says to the guy who's standing there, he says, "Is everyone okay?" Meaning, because his first concern is, did I hurt anyone? Is everything okay? And I love that. And that was around a time when DC was making movies about heroes who didn't care about other people. And so it's always refreshing. And the fact that his whole storyline basically in this is, how can I be a hero if I can't control if I hurt people? Like that whole storyline. I absolutely love that character. And I know that's a Dyl's favorite character too, so I get to represent Dyl here on this.
Oh, good. Oh yeah, that's very true. He'd be wearing his Hulk shirt right now for sure. I forgot to pack a Marvel tee to throw on for this, but I'm wrapped up in a blanket anyway because I'm cold. So we're at the safe house, Banner's house. Not Banner. What's his name?
His name is Clint Barton.
Hawkeye. Clint Barton's house. Meeting his family for the first time. Linda Cardellini. The People's
Daphne. Velma.
What's her name in that movie? Velma. How'd you know that's what I was thinking of?
I knew.
You're scary. That's so scary.
Yeah.
So this little girl who plays, I believe her name is Lila Barton, the daughter, so it's a set of twins. who plays this child. And the twins also play the small girl who is John C. Reilly's daughter in Guardians of the Galaxy, Corpseman
So
Day.
this
His little pink
movie
daughter.
is just full of actors who play characters in Guardians of the Galaxy movies, because Lena Cardellini is also one of the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes, she is. James Gunn just knows how to pick them.
Well, James Gunn and the director of this movie are very good friends in real life, or were. I don't know their current status, so I'm sure they have similar tastes in picking people.
Totally. And Thor's like, I gotta go.
And
like, but we were.
How do you feel about this little pit stop here? Because a lot of people don't like it, and I have always loved this part because I love these little character moments and just getting to see them not superhero for a little while.
No, I like it. I like kind of seeing them a little bit out of the element. It kind of gives me the same vibe and the same feeling as when they're all at the party together. You know, it's like you're seeing them in a different element. You're seeing them, you know, kind of being able to like take their hair down, put their feet up, show a different side of themselves. And I feel like the actors probably really appreciate scenes like this because they're not, you know, just like throwing punches and like saying the same lines over and over again. They get to show a vulnerable side of these superheroes.
Right. We get that character development, and we don't have. It doesn't have to be them standing around a screen or a lab learning a thing. Like we're gonna see the wood, you know, the wood splitting scene, which is great, and getting that character development, all those character moments during that. Yeah, it's good stuff. I like it. Also, Hawkeye is underrated, and getting to see him as someone more than just this third string Avenger guy it's really cool.
This sweet moment between Clint and Laura.
Whoa.
I can feel the difference. Genetics Research Lab. Seoul, Korea. So this was all shot in actual South Korea.
You may not know this, but I am curious because I don't know this. Is there a different country that is represented that represents North Korea in the Marvel universe? Is that why it just said Korea and not South Korea?
That's actually really interesting. I didn't even know that. Did I read it on screen?
It did say Korea. It said Seoul, Korea, but it should
Seoul,
be
Korea.
South Korea. So
right. Maybe in the Marvel universe they never broke up.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Let me see.
Are you Googling it? Does North Korea exist in the MCU? Yeah, nah, it's like really not the right time. He went through something traumatic and you're like, want me to get in the shower with you?
Okay. So, and this may be true in real life. I don't know, but the Republic of Korea is South Korea, and the People's Democratic Republic of Korea is North Korea in the Marvel universe. That may be true in our universe, and I just don't know. So let's pretend like I know the correct answer.
Oh, okay, cool. I love pretending. I really don't like this scene. Okay, so I think this is one of the moments that maybe they CGI'd her stomach out of the shot. She's like, come on, like, let's take a chance on this. Let's be together. And then this is basically the moment he's like, what if I turn into the
Right.
Hulk and kill you? And she's like, well, I'm infertile anyway.
Okay, so this is part of what I think that a lot of people misunderstand this in the wake of the director's cancellation, because no one cared about this until this happened. And that is that
Okay.
in this, I believe it's in this scene, if not in this scene, definitely in this movie, she equates her being infertile to him being a monster. In that she sees, she's like, you're not the only monster, that stuff. As though the movie believes that. And I don't think it does. I think the point is that she sees herself that way, whether or not, and Bruce is one of the only people who doesn't see her that way. And that's why she's attracted to him. That is, to me, the point of this. The movie isn't saying she's a monster. She is saying that because of what's happened to her in her life and what she's become. That's my opinion on it. I think that people, after the directors, fall from grace, people have been like, and then remember when she says she's a monster? And I'm like, but she says that. The movie doesn't say that. She says it, and she's wrong. And that feels, to me, feels obvious, but who knows?
But I also feel like watching that scene again just now, I don't even necessarily interpret that line where she says, so you think you're the only monster on the team, with the fact that she is infertile. I think that she's maybe partly talking about that, but then also just talking about how, like, she ruthlessly killed people for the majority of her existence.
Red in her ledger. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, oh, you think you're the only monster? Like, we haven't even scratched the surface with all the shit that I did, all the terrible things that I did in my life. Like, so I also think that, like, it's tricky for men to write about, something that's like very much a person with a uterus's like life experience.
Right. No, I definitely understand that as well. That's true.
Have you, Matt, this is so random. I'm not even going to bring this up. I was going to ask you if you've, also, sorry, when Chris Evans just ripped that log in half, hot.
Don't touch my pile.
Is this just us objectifying these characters the whole time? Are we problematic?
Maybe. Listen,
this might be problematic.
The men are due for some she gay and they gays is all I'm saying here.
Right. Men can't get objectified for one thing without whining about it. They're like, girls only like guys who are tall. You want us all to be so tall. I'm like, you want women to meet impossible standards 100% of the time. God forbid we don't want you to be eye to eye with my 5-foot ass.
No, that's fine. Tangent. And if anybody were to say that, remember how we've been objectifying James Spader.
We've literally been thirsting over this robot, this CGI vibranium robot. Anyway, Nick Fury's here now. Because, he kind of like disappeared. The last time we saw him was when he was going AWOL at the end of Winter Soldier, because S.H.I.E.L.D. no longer exists, really. But he just can't keep his his nose out of other people's business. He has to be involved with these people. Shield or no shield, he's like, you need to keep me in the know. I'm in on this.
The actual last time we had seen him was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He showed up because Coulson drives his car, and he was checking in on his car. But yeah, the last time in the movies and the canon was at the end of Winter Soldier.
See, I've never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I don't know.
It was a series by the director of this movie, and so I definitely watched it. Also, it was a lot of fun, and the fallout from Winter Soldier is some of the best TV around that time that was on. It wasn't always that good, but the fallout from Winter Soldier was excellent.
I love this scene when they're all talking it out, and then Bruce has this big breakthrough where he's like, he's going to evolve. He's making himself a new body to live in. I just love how, like, Tony's doing the darts. Hawkeye hits him with the immediate bullseye and is like, meh, that's kind of my thing. I'm sorry. It's just very, like, domestic and, like, homely. And also this house just feels, like, very, like, comforting. Like, it's a place I'd want to, like,
lived in. Like, I love how in the background it feels like someone lives there. Like, it's not a pristine New York City apartment with the sun shining in. It's a dark farmhouse with dishes in the sink and dishes on the counter drying and a bunch of knickknacks all over the place. I love that.
Yeah. Steve doesn't like that kind of talk. Like, I think those two have more chemistry.
Winter Soldier,
Steve and Natasha.
They had so much chemistry in that movie, and then they kiss. Cute.
Yeah, that they do. You're telling me in the 5 years that everyone was blipped, that Steve and Natasha didn't just look at each other and like,
oh, they definitely did. But the first time she suggested something other than missionary, he was like, "Listen, I'm not a freak, okay?"
He's like, "I don't."
You want to put your mouth
what do you mean?
Absolutely not.
Oh my god, we're being weird. We're being
Dylan, who's watching this back, since reconsidering if he wants to release this.
He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, they're not even talking about the movie. They're just talking about how much they want to have sex with James Spader." This happened a really long time ago, but I have to say, at the very beginning of this movie, when Tony gets influenced by Wanda and then he sees the vision of all the Avengers dying, the shield is split in half, Thor has let go of Hammer, everyone's dead, they're in a pile over each other. And then there's a moment where Cap's laying there and then he jolts up and grabs him and is like, you could have saved us or something, or whatever he says. That's some of the worst and foolish acting I've ever seen Chris Evans do. And I really wish they did another take. That should have not been the final cut. Joss, director man, what were you thinking with that one?
It's funny.
Anyway, I missed it, and its time has seriously passed since it happened, but I've been wanting to get it off my chest ever since. And so now Thor's here at the Water of Sight.
This is all stuff that was not originally meant to be in the movie. So this is some of the gripes from the director about it was that the whole Thor taking a bath and doing the Ragnarok thing was not originally part of it.
Yeah, why does he have to get naked? Taking a bath. He just starts taking a bath. Oh, God.
Because he's electricity.
Right,
Water
right.
conducts electricity.
Oh, so do you think every time he gets wet, it's problematic for him?
Poor James. We're so bad.
Matt. Matthew. Oh my God.
Sorry, Dylan.
Dylan's gonna giggle at that one. That's right up. That's a joke that's right up his alley. Now she's gonna be like, "Oh, you actually want to end the world?" Hey, close. They're close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm watching his hands now all the time, and how he just rubbed up her arm.
Yeah. Because he also said something too in like the same interview where he's like, "Yeah, Quicksilver's like very protective," and I'm like, "Yeah."
My hot ass sister just had a vision.
She had a migraine. Let me rub her arm, make sure she's okay. Okay, well, Helen Cho also does some terrible acting here. Not the actress, I mean the character, as she pretends to like still be under his control. She's like, "Not a problem, let me do this." Like he just knows immediately. Like she like that totally backfired. James Spader said that he played Ultron as if he was almost like a petulant child, almost like a teenager. So
Mm-hmm.
he has like these moments where he like tells the guys like, "Wait, guys."
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a moment coming later where he's talking to Captain America, or Captain America's talking to him, and he just goes, just leave me alone." Like he has these like little moments where he lashes out, almost very like juvenile-y.
Well, and that I was referencing it earlier that like when he cuts off Claw's arm, he's like, "Oh no, that'll be fine. I'm sorry."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's a very kid thing to do. Like, don't tell mom, don't tell mom.
Yeah, yeah. And it is like truthfully, it's because he, was born yesterday.
Right.
Three in the cradle, one in the cab. Oh. Oh yeah, there.
Leave me alone.
That was it. That was it right there. Oh my god. Again, watching this movie like I've never seen it before.
But also but you're like recalling things like you've seen it 1,000 times, and then also like you've never seen it. It's amazing. That's actually perfect person to have a commentary with.
All the action's still gonna get me. Whew. Cap v Ultron Doesn't seem like a very fair fight, but Cap is holding his own as best he can.
Right.
Just lost the shield, so he's going to need some help getting that back.
Mm-hmm. It's, without the shield, it's not a fair fight at all.
So this is a motorcycle that Black Widow is riding. It is a real motorcycle that exists. It was a new Harley Davidson that came out that was electric. And I don't know if it still exists, being that it has been 10 years. And I don't know anything about motorcycles. Ask me how much I know about motorcycles.
How much do you know about motorcycles?
Very little. Little to none. Zero, actually. Not a thing do I know.
I wonder if it made those sounds.
Yeah, the sound effect on this is really interesting. Apparently, I have some interesting tidbits of information about the sound. You know, it's like... Well, we'll talk about it later. Just like didn't say a sentence at all. I go, and you know what? Let's talk about it later. I'm a little tired. I went out drinking last night. So I don't feel hungover. In fact, I had a mimosa at breakfast with my family earlier. I just feel a little tired. Like I just did not get enough sleep. Oh. Oh my God. He's got to get off this train with these people. Oh, there goes the Harley Davidson.
Yep. Not a good advertisement. You can't run into another vehicle with it or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's how they want to advertise them anyway. Oh. Negative, I am still in the truck. Again, she's got this blue on her suit that I'm really just noticing. And I don't think I like it.
It feels like you would not want that, considering she's kind of a sneaky character. Like she's like a spy.
Right. She's literally wearing, like, she looks like she's going to a rave. The twins have now decided which side they're properly on. And they need to stop this runaway train. Oh. And I guess Nat's absence. I feel like also foreshadows what happens in Endgame. She dies. Which is terrible. Oh my God. So apparently they filmed him running with a super high-speed camera, and then they filmed him running regularly, and then they overlaid those two shots, and that's how they came up with the effect for Quicksilver.
That's cool.
There's a book called Quicksilver.
Is that the end of that fact?
It's like, I don't know much about it. I shouldn't have said that. It's like a romance book. I think it's like a retelling about this character, and like, you know, these two people probably fall in love, and maybe I'll read it for research. I'll tell you all about it. I'm like, fine, twist my arm. I'll read this little romance novel about Quicksilver. Oh, this is, never mind. I read a fun fact that Tony wears a Bruce Lee t-shirt in this, and I actually don't know if that's Bruce Lee on his shirt.
It is. It's Bruce Lee.
Oh, thank God. I was like, oh, must be the Bruce Lee shirt. And plot twist, Jarvis is back, baby. He's back, and he's about to be, excuse me, better than ever. I had a burp.
Are you still drinking? Because
no, I think
the tone of this has changed a lot.
No, honestly, I'm drinking water. I had one mimosa. And I'm not drunk. I think I'm just delirious. Also, I had my feet up for a minute there while I was lounging back, and I got pins and needles now on my right foot, and I'm dealing with that. So now, basically, Tony wants to fight fire with fire, and he's like, we have another AI. Let's use it to take out the evil AI. And Bruce is like, what? And Tony's like, no, trust me, this one's gonna be better. And it is. Vision is.
Yeah.
It's crazy that Tony Stark created two AIs, Vision or Jarvis as he starts, and Ultron. But Ultron is the one that takes on all of Tony's worst qualities, and Jarvis has none of them.
That's the way having kids works too. So it's sometimes some of them have all your worst qualities, some of them have your best qualities, some of your wife's best qualities. It's just the way that it goes. Also, I would say that Ultron was born entirely under the. I guess not. Was he born under the influence of the Soul Stone? And I don't remember. How this.
Who?
Ultron? I don't think.
No.
I don't
Vision
think so
was.
Vision was. My point was going to be that Vision was something before the Soul Stone was involved, but I'm realizing that Ultron was
Mind Stone. The Mind Stone.
That's what I meant. The Mind Stone, not the Soul Stone.
Yeah. Oh God.
Earlier too.
This is like the third version we've seen of him now.
Mm-hmm.
He just tore himself in half. This is great. I love how they're showcasing some like spy knowledge that Natasha has.
Yeah, me too. That's pretty great. My middleest son, Wesley, just came in to tell me that he beat his older brother at Mario Party just now, and that's a big deal. So.
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
guy could choke the life out of you and not change a shade is crazy.
Mhm.
This is cool.
Mhm.
This is a cool shot.
Yeah.
It's only this movie and I think Avengers, because it's only the two movies that this director worked on that Hawkeye ever uses a gun.
Mhm.
Fun fact.
That's Thor, doesn't he? Isn't he he's got like a sniper rifle in Thor, doesn't he?
I thought it's a bow and arrow.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Again, if these facts aren't accurate, it's IMDb. They should have had someone double checking this. I honestly, I don't know. Something about that shot really unsettles me when he emerges out of the thing and it's all smoky. Maybe it's because he's naked.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's a good shot.
Oh. I have a fact about Vision. In the comic books, the Wasp was the one who gave the Vision his name, shocked upon seeing him for the first time. In this movie, well, we know how he gets Vision because it's based off of Thor's vision that he sees in the water.
Also, doesn't he reference that he's Ultron's vision?
Yeah.
The body is Ultron's vision.
Oh, good. He put some clothes on. I feel much more comfortable now.
Essentially, he painted himself. A naked person painted themselves, and you're like, "It's better, thank you."
Also, he just looked at Thor and gave himself a cape.
Yeah.
Because he was like, that cape's pretty cool. I'm going to also have one. He painted himself. Hey, the illusion of clothes is still better than no clothes at all.
Yeah.
It's entirely too late to ask this, but does my audio sound okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
Okay, good. It's not my MacBook speaker. It's this. Ultron himself, they all came from the Mind Stone.
Okay.
So,
yes. So now I'm going to go back to my point where Ultron created out of the Mind Stone. Jarvis existed before the Mind Stone.
And the Mind Stone is what makes them evil? But now Jarvis has the Mind Stone in his head.
But he's already good.
Got it.
So I don't know.
Totally. This movie is very dark. You think that they're in a building right now? Like, let's turn up the lights in this building. Or have some more interesting lighting, maybe. It doesn't have to be bright. It just has to look better.
I was about to say Tony Stark doesn't want to pay those bills, but in the first movie he was in, created a sustainable energy source that he didn't have to pay for. So, yeah.
There may be no way to get you to trust me. Boom, but we need to go. And he does the exact thing that they need to trust him.
Yeah.
He lifts the hammer.
Put the hammer on an elevator. Elevator goes up. Elevator's not worthy.
Elevator still goes up. Elevator's not worthy. Okay. I was gonna double check. It happened too quick. I'm not gonna rewind and confirm. But one of my facts was when Tony Stark is picking out a new AI, one of the chips he had said Tadashi in reference to the chip that's in Baymax from Big Hero 6.
Which is a Marvel property.
That it sure is. So I tried to see in the background if I could tell if it said Tadashi, but
it would be pretty cool if he had put the Tadashi one in and Scott Adsit did the voice of the AI now.
So the fictional country of Sokovia is all shot in Italy. It's all shot in Italy, bordering France and Switzerland. And
I assume that when she was sending her witch magic to their brains, that she was telling them what was going on and not like I would have an issue if she was like controlling them. But I have to assume for my own self that she is just like putting the information in their head and then they're making the choice to leave.
Yeah. Because it's not like they're leaving with nothing. They had like packed bags and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe she's just relaying the message and like giving them the warning, like go right now. Okay, so fun fact about this scene right here. This had to be reshot, and because of scheduling issues, Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo were not available on the same day, so they're actually acting against body doubles. So this kiss that they share before she pushes him off is actually not between Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson.
Interesting.
They both had to kiss a random person that day. I moved beyond your mission. I'm having some good Jersey corn later for dinner. It's Jersey corn season.
Nice.
I guess you live in Oklahoma, so you might be around corn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corn.
I mean, corn is one of the major crops here. Although wheat is probably more common, but corn is also one. But I also live next to Kansas, which is a corn state.
Well, so I'm telling you as if corn's a big deal, but it's probably not to you. Oh, that gas. He went, ah.
Listen, if we were objectifying him, we would have talked about how that sounded like a sex noise, but we aren't, so we aren't.
Right, like if we were objecting, we would have totally talked about how like kind of sexual that was, but we're not. Like,
Right.
we wouldn't
do that.
We wouldn't do that, so.
No. And how obviously easy it is to make Ultron climax. We are talking about that because
of course we're not, so.
No, yeah.
And I would never say something along the lines of like, no, he probably lasts pretty long.
Yeah, right. I would never agree with that either. So
it's a good thing we're not talking about that, because that would be vile.
Right.
Ay, ay, ay. This is a mess. Sokovia is going for a ride. So his whole plan is he's gonna shoot the country up into the air and then drop it and then blow up the planet?
Yeah. I've got some fun facts here. It's not really about this movie because whatever, but
okay.
We did talk about Betty earlier. And in Hulk, the Ang Lee Incredible Hulk movie, Betty is played by, and I missed the kiss. I was going to watch it. I wasn't watching it. Anyway.
It's all right.
Jennifer Connelly plays Betty in that movie.
Oh.
And Jennifer Connelly plays Karen, the AI that is in the glasses and in Peter's suit in the Spider-Man movies. Jennifer Connelly is also married to, do you know who?
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany, who was the original AI voice in these movies. So lots of connections there. And Veronica was named because of Betty. So it's all full circle.
It's all full circle. Hi. I hope everyone got
walk it off. It's a good line.
Yay.
Get killed, walk it off.
So she needs a little pep talk.
And it's a great pep talk. I love this line at the end here.
I have a bow and arrow.
I love that.
Nice of him to
Stretch out
say.
that door. You are an Avenger. Really, what I needed him to do during that speech was to move his head out of the light of those holes because he's exposed.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Thor's back.
There he is.
Makes sense that he's only 14 minutes of screen time. Why couldn't he just like hold on to her and swing the hammer? He had to throw her. He couldn't just fly back up with her.
Well, the sun too, right? He's got to save the sun.
So apparently, that sentry bot that Cap just threw off of the bridge
Mm-hmm.
is going to come back later at the end of the movie. You'll see that robot stumbling around.
Mm.
If I remember, I'll try to point him out if I see him. You're bothering me. Here she comes.
Oh, there she is. Badass. Eat dicks, she says.
We're all clear here. We are not clear. So this moment, improv'd by Jeremy Renner.
Mm.
Quick little bastard. I miss him already. Okay, also, there was another sound note that I discovered in that kiss between not Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo, because they weren't there. They share this kiss, and then a swell of orchestra music plays underneath it, and it is from the Kingdom Hearts video game franchise.
Interesting.
Which is like, I wonder who's a big Kingdom Hearts fan to have picked that for that moment. They're in quite a pickle.
Indeed.
I also just think that I hate Black Widow's hair in this movie. I don't like this wig at all.
Really? I think it's all right.
The helicarrier. That's a cool shot. Agent Cameron Klein is back there, the guy who Hey, there he is. Agent Cameron Klein. He refused to side with Hydra in Winter Soldier. And he was almost killed for it, but Sharon Carter saved him.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Carter, a character I feel like they forgot that they had. Where's she been?
Well, she was in whatever show where she was misused.
Well, she was in that show, and then she hasn't been in another project since. They just came out with the Captain America movie. I'm like, where was she?
Right.
Where was the power broker?
What does he mean? What does he mean by that?
Is that where that saying comes from? You think I can't hold my own? Like hold?
I don't know, but I now wonder.
Hold on.
Think we can get James Spader to hold my own?
I think we could.
That's something we would say if we were objectifying him, which we're not.
Which we're not. No, people know we would never do something like that.
Right. Dylan simply wouldn't allow it, and so we haven't done that.
Okay, Google's saying that it comes from the Old English word halden, Halden, which means to protect, nurture, or maintain a position.
Mm-hmm.
So not a direct reference about physically holding something that may or may not be attached to someone's anatomy.
Definitely not James Spader's.
Definitely not James Spader's. Definitely not Rhodey's. Oh, that was a cool shot of him when you saw him in the mask, and then you zoom out.
Coming up. Well, not yet.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yes, that was a
no. I didn't want you to miss your shot. I got distracted by the twins touching each other again.
She's holding his own. What are you gonna do?
You had to ask. Where are all these things coming from? Are they just regenerating?
I don't know.
This shot?
Here in a second, when they do like the
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
right here. Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
The vision with his laser.
He should utilize that laser way more.
Yeah.
It's so funny to think about like a room full of adults just like going like this to like nothing, and then they have to commit so hard. Yeah, blast him. Got our Avengers music in the background there. Why would you stop? Wow, that's cool. It's my job. It's my job. I don't know why I'm making fun of that. Aw. "12 minutes is a really long time." Also, I'm like sad. He's gonna die. I forgot.
Well, the director is famous for not having a he was very Shakespearean. That was his kind of his thing. It's like Shakespeare killed people off all the time. No one is upset by it, but when I kill off a character, people get upset. And it's like, well, yeah, but we spend a lot more time with his characters than we did with Shakespeare characters. But he's very famous for killing people off. That's why in both of his movies, an important character gets killed. But it's always a really cool, meaningful death. So I dig it, even though it's very sad.
Yeah. How'd you lose your damn kid, you idiot? And also, you're on the thing, sitting there. Oh, my son's not here. You get up and look.
Right?
You have 2 legs. You're just sitting there waiting for someone to get your kid. They're all just like being like, maybe this is where we die, guys. Ugh. I'm scared. Let me ask you a question, Matt.
Yes.
Because this question haunts me to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, let's watch Quicksilver die. But also, like, I don't know. I feel like Clint, I don't know.
He was about to sacrifice himself, which is sweet, except that would have definitely still killed the boy.
Right.
But
and I feel like he had time to.
he didn't see that coming.
I am sad.
And she knows.
She feels it in her twin cest. Wait, sorry, that's not what I meant. Like her twin spine, like a spidey sense, but with the word twin in it. Aw, I am sad. And he saved her. Bruce saved Natasha.
Yeah.
And then he, yep.
He goes on to Ragnarok.
I don't even think Wanda's gonna be you. I hate you and your dumb kid that killed Quicksilver.
I like how when she was like, "My kid's gone," and he just turned his head like 45 degrees, and there's the kid.
No, literally. It's like, go get him. Okay, so obviously there's this moment now. I already did. It's like he's a robot. Like, this is his heart? Oh, God. Doggy! Oh, my God. Again, like, I'm just a little stressed right now.
Yeah, let's all
Wow.
just watch this together.
Yeah, let's all just like, take a moment. Okay, so it's fine.
Except for the flaming hot projectiles that are falling, careening toward Earth.
Yeah, but at least like no one's getting hit besides Tony. Yeah. Oh, who's that? Thor?
Thor. He's in water, so you know what that means.
That's him getting electrocuted.
And then Hulk is never taken seriously again in these movies.
Yeah, I guess that's probably part of the reason why Dylan doesn't like Thor Ragnarok. I personally really like Thor Ragnarok because I think it's a great Thor movie, and I think it's a great Thor and Loki movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think it's a great Thor movie. I think it's a great Thor.
This is a bot. Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind. I don't know who told me that. This is Ultron. Oh wait, no, this is the bot that Cap threw off the. Apparently. Okay, so now we watched Wanda do her little heart thing. She ripped out Ultron's heart. But now we're seeing Ultron again have this conversation with Vision, and as we know, Vision is about to laser him to death. So if I asked you a question, I said, who delivers the final and fatal blow to Ultron in Avengers Age of Ultron, what would your answer be?
That's interesting. Because I would say, obviously, Vision destroys the last remnant. Whoever cut him off from the internet is also to have, part of the thing. But yeah, it's going to be okay. The last one to destroy his body was Wanda. The last person to destroy his mind, which I would say is who he is Vision.
Oh, there he goes. And it's also a very good line there when Vision says, "Well, I was born yesterday."
Mm-hmm.
I forgot we were recording this for my podcast. I realize I probably shouldn't have brought that up because that was a question that I asked once in a trivia match, and then they like yelled at me about it because they were like, "This question doesn't make any sense. You ruled this unfairly," and I was like, I thought what I was asking was pretty was pretty straightforward, but I have now been proven wrong because, as you said, you were like, well, that's interesting because on one hand this happens and on one hand this happens. So I guess they were right. Everyone's right. I'm in the wrong in this one, and I accept that.
Was the answer Vision?
The answer that I had, yes, was Vision.
Then I agreed with you because the answer is Ultron. We are who we think. I think, therefore I am. We are our thoughts. We are our mind. We are our brain.
Right.
Our body is part of us, but we are our thoughts. He delivered the final blow to Ultron. Ultron was not his body because he switched bodies several times in the movie.
Right.
Ultron was his mind, and that's what Vision destroyed. So you're right. Whoever yelled at you is wrong, unless I care about them, and then they were wrong, but I love them.
I don't even remember who was competing in the match. I realize I should not be like airing out my grievances about the Trivia League on my podcast, but this is the one moment that like haunts me to this day, and it's because I just, I care about, I want people to think that I'm a fair ruler and that I ask fair questions, and I'm not out here trying to trick anyone, make anyone slip up, give the wrong answer. So I think I just think about this moment personally because I don't know. I felt like people got mad, but it's neither here nor there. It's in the past. Can't do anything about it now.
Right. But you were right, just so you know.
Thanks, Matt. Elevator's not worthy.
Elevator's not worthy.
Love that line. So really interesting in this last moment here. I love like all these like people that they have. Like I guess this is like the new SHIELD that's like running laps right now on Avengers campus. Mm-hmm. It's like we never see, as far as I know, the people who work for the Avengers are just the Avengers and like Maria Hill. But anyway, so we're about to see like this new Avengers team up with War Machine, Falcon, Wanda, and that might be it. And like obviously Cap and Natasha are kind of like leading the gang, right?
Yeah.
So originally, the director had wanted 2 characters to show up to be a part of the gang, Captain Marvel and Spider-Man.
Yes.
But because Captain Marvel hadn't been cast or even really conceptualized, he then had to he was like, okay, then I guess I'll just like make Wanda part of the gang. So he had to CGI her face.
That's what I was about to say. Doesn't she look weird in this scene? But
yes,
you explained it. Okay.
Because he CGI'd her face on a stunt double's body.
Okay, that makes so much sense because that's always bothered me, and I was going to bring it up when we came to it, but you were ahead of me. You got this. You knew it was up.
Thank you. Oh my God, I have to change my legs position. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. So here's the shot. Yeah, her face looks very weird. And the hair is completely different. She almost looks like Palm Clementif.
She does.
In that shot.
She does.
So I don't know. I guess like.
And then we don't get a payoff to that moment until Endgame, and it's one of the greatest moments I've ever had in a cinema.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
on. Wait, what moment?
Avenger. He says Avengers.
Oh, assemble.
Assemble.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, I don't. know if we like sit through the credits and watch the post-credit scenes.
I feel like we need to because
Right.
for the whole movie. But yeah, I like this because the I think that Nicolas Cage may have been the first person to say this, or maybe he was just parroting a well-known thing. But the idea that comic books are modern mythology, are modern, like they're the modern Greek gods, is very true. And I love that there's this statue that almost similar to just like a Greek statue of gods. I really like how this works.
Haley Atwell, Idris Elba.
I was about to say, where was Anthony Mackie in this movie? But he was at the party.
He was at the party, and
at the very end, yeah.
And at the very end, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you now. I was like, Anthony Mackie, he was in this? Then I remember.
With James Spader as Ultron and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah.
And so this stupid guy.
I'll do it myself.
That version of Thanos looks terrible. His face is entirely too purple.
Yeah.
Entirely too purple a shade.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the only one?
I don't remember.
Hold on, I'm scrolling through the credits right now. Yeah, that's the only post-credit scene in this one.
Interesting.
But I can double.
All right, well, do you have any last thoughts?
My last thoughts are this is a movie with good this is an okay movie with really good moments, I think. And I don't know. I feel like I forget about this one a lot because there's so many others that I feel like I like a lot more than this one. I do think that it is unfairly kind of made fun of and treated as like the worst thing that the MCU has put out. But I think that's just because comparatively, like just what happens in Infinity War and Endgame is just so massive and so like impactful and everything that it's like it's hard to compare what happens in this one. I mean, there's such a great villain in this movie. Dylan and I did a villain ranking like the first year we did the podcast, which is like 5 years ago at this point.
Oh, wow.
And I think like Ultron was like, I think in our top 3. I think our top 3 might have been Loki, Killmonger, and Ultron, I think.
Did you guys include I imagine you didn't include the Netflix Marvel stuff in that, right? I watched that. I just don't remember what
No, I think we were just doing MCU at that time.
Because my favorite villain in the MCU is, and now he's back in the MCU because they've canonized the Netflix movie or Netflix series, but what the fuck's his name? I just said the F word. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you confess.
Okay. I don't even know which show you're
Kilgrave.
talking about. I can't help you out at all.
Jessica Jones, Kilgrave. David
Oh,
Tennant.
no.
What?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you should watch it.
Okay.
Because Kilgrave, played by David Tennant, is incredible.
There's some big David Tennant heads in the Dyl Pickle Movie Network cast universe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. But he's my favorite. And the Ultron is up there for me as well. I just think he's so good, so menacing.
Yeah.
Difficult to beat. I mean, they did it, but
the Bruce and Natasha romance is weird to me, but there's some good moments. Like there's some good group moments in this film of all of them being together.
Mm-hmm.
The villain's great. I mean, like I said, it like holds up 10 years later. Like the visuals look really good. I do stand by what I said about the lighting. I wish the lighting were a little bit more interesting. Like the last scene with Vision and Ultron, them having that last discussion that's like with that sun coming in. I'm like, that is the best shot, I feel like, of the whole movie. And it takes you 2 hours and 20 minutes to get there. Obviously, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I don't really have a problem with the lighting necessarily. Here's my thing. I think this is a good movie. I think it's a good movie with some really great moments in it.
Okay.
I think that there are a few things that bog it down. I agree the romance between them is not great, especially because she clearly has more chemistry with Cap in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She has more chemistry with both Cap and Hawkeye in this movie, and so it didn't work. I do like the dynamic there a little bit, but like I mentioned before, but that's weird. The Thor stuff doesn't work for me very well at all. But other than that, like I just think it's a really good movie. It's one that I really like. Of course, I have this bias because the director makes things that I really, really like. So there's also that. But yeah, I very much like this movie, and it has some fantastic moments.
Well, if you had to give this maybe like a letterbox rating out of 5, Matt, what are you thinking number wise for this one?
I can check that because I know I have it, but I don't remember. I would say after this watch, I would say that it's interesting. Because I talked through it the whole time this time.
He says begrudgingly as if this wasn't a commentary.
No, it was.
Like, we had to talk the whole time in this one.
What I'm saying is that like it's difficult to give it an accurate rating from this viewing.
Sure.
The whole time, but I was about to say I'd give it a 3.5 stars, and that's what I have it on Letterboxd. So I would say 3.5 stars.
I would give this a solid 3 stars. This movie.
Sure.
So, that's gonna be it for today. What we got coming next on Marvel-ous Movie Mondays. I know we've been taking a little bit of a hiatus on this pod, but Dyl and I are going to come back swinging with a review for Fantastic Four. Look out for that. Fantastic Four First Steps. We're going to have to finish reviewing Daredevil, Born Again. We've also got Ironheart. We've got to put out our thoughts and feelings about that show. And new show on Disney Plus just came out, Eyes of Wakanda or Eye of Wakanda. I'm not sure.
I just saw that. What is that, a narrative? Like, is that what is it? Is it an animated thing?
It's an animated show about
Okay.
So we're gonna have to talk about that one as well. But all of that is coming in the near future. And so join us next time here at Marvel-ous Movie Mondays. All of my plugs are down below. And Matt, if you would like to plug yourself at this time.
I mean, I don't want to plug myself, but if James Spader wants to,
Which is something we never say.
Something we would never ever say
because we don't objectify people like that.
Right. No. You can find me on YouTube at Maddie Loves Movies. It's my channel where I talk about movies. You mentioned it earlier. You can also find me everywhere on the internet at MattmanXIII, wherever Mattmans are sold. Yeah, you can find me around. That's it.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Love you.